Good morning, Philippines. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at food prices here in the Philippines. I'll be showing the video or photographs of actual products sold at Landers. It's been about almost a year since we've done this, and with inflation and adjustments, you may want to compare that to your own country. I'll be overlaying it with text of what the Canadian value would be for comparison purposes. So let's go take a look, shall we? So we're at the front door of Landers, and we're brought here for a good reason. I've been hearing reports about how groceries are off the charts in Canada, and I thought maybe some of you folks back home might want to take a look at what prices are like here in the Philippines. People say it is cheaper, but by how much? And not every item, that's for sure. Bo just got himself vaccinated, so he wanted to show that off. Yeah, this is a big box store. You buy your membership. It costs about something like $70 or something like that to join anyway, for both the wife and I. And it's Christmas time, so the decorations are up. We'll throw some Christmas pricing here as well. This is a 6-foot Christmas tree that you can put up. Doesn't come with the decorations, of course, but anyway, that's if you're shopping for a Christmas tree here, and decorations as well. We've got the bulbs there. There she is, my beautiful wife. You got them a 12-pack or a 4-pack. The 4-pack are right here, and they're $9.27 for 4 of them like that. And then you've got the smaller ones that are adjacent to it over here at $4.59 for 12 of them. Now we're into the fruit section. The fruit here is amazingly fresh. Money aside, I mean, here's mandarin oranges, 6 of them for but less than $4 Canadian. And so, yeah, I get them almost on a daily basis with my meals. And watermelon, I don't know, the watermelon seemed a little bit steep for me, $8.66 for a watermelon. But it all depends on the source. Pineapples are grown not far from here. You can get one for under $3, and that'll last you for a while. And you can see just how fresh it is. There's some things here I'm not going to bother with, like the ginger here and that's so prevalent in Asia, mangoes and the like. But potatoes here they're imported, $4.28, basically more than $1 per potato. It's all imported, obviously. I hear that they do grow some in the north around Baguio, but they have a hard time keeping the sheds cool enough. And corn, sweet corn, they love corn here. This is individually or freshly packed and very popular. Bananas, of course, you get all types of bananas here. It's not just your classic ones. There's 12 of them here for $5.62. They're good to go, but you got different types. The green ones, the fat ones. There's the mangoes. They're I guess in season right now. Some of the items aren't priced, but and then being an island, of course, we've got fish, plenty of fish. You can see the reasonably priced for the local ones, and the import them as well. You'll be seeing the salmon is runs around 3 times the price, but you can get local fish here, fresh, caught daily, cut and clean, ready to go. And Landers is it's like a Costco or whatever. It's a very clean store, and you're going to be paying for that. You pay a top dollar. Some of the treats here, I'm not going to list everyone, but just to give you an idea as you pass by. And you can see in the background there's a little restaurant there that you can stop by and eat here in-house if you like, have a cup of coffee while your wife or husband does the shopping. And it's good to get out every now and then and check out, like these cookies, $3.78 for a package of cookies. So they've got dry goods, fresh, and seafood. As for the meat, again, you can get the stuff a lot cheaper if you go to a local market. But this is like an international store. These prices are higher than what you would expect at a local butcher. But the meat's top quality. It's brought in from Brazil and New Zealand, and nothing from Canada. Very little from the States. But it's all frozen solid and shipped here. They have their own label, much like Kirkland does in Costco. They have a thing called Frontier, and they carry brands under that name. But you can see the price of steaks are reasonable here, still relative to what you'd be paying in North America. I mean, there's 2 delicious steaks, $8 a steak. Not a bad deal. Package of 2 of them there. And you can see, I've seen reports of brown meat being packaged and sold at reduced prices in Canada. The meat here it's always fresh, and I've never had a complaint. You can see this one here, beautiful steak for $12, a pair of them there. Again, $6 per steak. So it's still affordable. I hear the pricing for McDonald's in North America is crazy as well, but here it's still under a Big Mac meal is like under $8. And a dozen eggs, they talk about the eggs in America a lot, but $3.21 for a dozen eggs in Canadian dollars. Don't forget, if you're American and you're seeing these prices, to take another 25% off. This is all priced in Canadian dollars because I wanted to check for myself what the relative cost would be. While I'm thinking about it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. These videos do take some time to put together. Some of them are more work than others, but I like to be able to provide you with up-to-date information relative to living here in the Philippines as a family man with kids. So I notice a lot of you don't or haven't subscribed, but a lot of you watch my videos. The views seem to be there. So I'm just curious as to why you wouldn't. But anyway, so there's your salmon. This is imported. There's a larger flank here, fillet here. So this beautiful fillet, you can see it comes out at 1,359 pesos, or about $32. But like I said, it's like 10 times the price of the local fish. This stuff all comes from Norway or Canada. I think it's from Norway, in some fish farm. I'm not really keen on fish farms anyway. Pork is relatively cheap here. You get a bundle of it for under $10. It'll feed a family, easily feed a family of 4. There's six cutlets there for $9.25. Yeah, that's a good meal. So you'd be paying a lot more of that as a single person just going to the restaurants. Now I have provided in the beginning of this video the actual bill and what we actually spent in total. So you can compare that for a bundle of groceries as well. But here you see you got kiwi fruit and grapes. These are all imported, either from China or Indonesia or Thailand. Apples don't grow here. These are all imported, so you pay through the nose. This is the price of apples has really jumped up. I'm surprised Canada doesn't produce more apples. You got the climate for it, and you used to have a great orchard industry. Asparagus brought in again, um, and carrots. The carrots here are big and they're woody. And then we've got cauliflower and broccoli. They're much smaller than they are in Canada, but anyway, that's a good source of calcium, and they're fresh. And don't forget that this is just after the big typhoon that we had roll through here, so they still are able to have uninterrupted supply chains. The only difficulty is getting to the market. So there's bell peppers for $5.36 for four of them, and you've got some cherry tomatoes, and they're quite popular here. They don't really go for the um, big tomatoes here. They're smaller ones. Now the Canadian dollar is trading around 41 pesos to the dollar, so you can do your own math. I just punch them all through a currency converter. And the wife and I, we usually go here every couple of weeks. We don't go here all the time. Maybe only once in a month, but it's nice to have some fresh produce that it comes from overseas. The basic stuff like the rice, we get that right here. The prices of rice are all over the map, but of course it's going to be cheaper here. The Ganador is the one that the wife likes. I like the Red Lion. These are 5 kilo bags. And you can store the rice up to 3 years, white rice. A taste of Landers. Founders Honey Roasted Peanuts. $1.99.
How's the taster?
Good, yeah. My father-in-law has a peanut farm. So. Thank you. So as you can see, it's very westernized with the taste stations and the rest of it. And I come here, this is why I really come here every time for the blueberry muffins. I like to have one every day. The blueberries are good for antioxidants. So $9.39. And that with a cup of coffee and a good in the morning. Sometimes they don't have the blueberries, they only have the assorted, and we end up picking up them. But a price of a loaf of bread for $2.26, I think you're paying more than that in Canada now. That doesn't matter whether it's white or it's whole wheat. It's the same price. And then ice cream. This is a big 3 kilo, 3.79 ounce, 4 liter container of ice cream. And we'll go through a fair bit of that in this hot climate. So you can see their refrigeration units just go on forever. And then again, it's designed for the Westerner who just can't live without his cornflakes. So you've got that $16.95 for 1.2 kilograms of cornflakes. I guess they're counting on people who don't go into town to shop every day and are buying large formats so that they stock up on it for a while. But you got your Cheerios and your Reese's Puffs, large format again, along the thinking of warehouse supplier. And then here we got the coffee section. Not cheap anywhere in the world, really. This is the classic blenders, different ones. I got two sorts. One has got a lot less Arabicas, and I may mix them up. I grind mine fresh, typically, when it comes due. You can't seem to get the Kirkland can ones that you used to be able to. And they've got all the additives as well, the coffee mate and the rest of it. So yeah, anything you want in the West you can get. You can see that the aisles are quite wide, and peanut butter. You can get peanut butter. This is their local brand for Landers, and that you can see it's relatively cheap. They grow peanuts here in the Philippines. The jam again, this is imported. Smuckers, you've seen that no doubt at Walmart in North America. $8.82 for a fairly large format of jam. You can opt for the smaller one, the Clara. That's very popular in the Philippines, the Clara Lay. They have mango jam as well here. So you got that. And then for the crazy people, they got Nutella for nuts. If you're nutty and you like Nutella, $42.80 for a great big 3 kilogram bucket. And you've got your butter, $1.88. Well, it's a margarine, Star margarine. It's a relatively cheap item. And then honey. Honey lasts forever. Don't forget that. It never goes bad. You can warm it up and reliquefy it if it's gone crystallized on you. But yeah, they found that in the ancient pyramids, so that's something you can stock up on. And then there's a good old Mrs. Butterworth. If you like your pancakes or your waffles, she's around for only $8.80. You get a fairly large format. She'll last you for a while. And again, like people come from out of town to go shopping. Not everybody has a lot of money, and they end up having to go with the spam. Spam, you get the light and the regular. They're both the same price here. That comes out to about $5 for a can of spam. So I'm trying to get across the gamut. I didn't include milk in this video. The milk comes generally from New Zealand, and it's in a small 1 liter format. Olive oil here. Olive oil is never cheap, but if you want the good stuff, this is 2 liters of olive oil and extra virgin. This stuff, it goes for close to $30. Should last you a while, but good for you. It's a product of Turkey, so it comes from a fair ways. And don't forget the Philippines is right in the pathway of all the major shipping lanes for trade, so anything can come to the Philippines, from Coors Light to Bud Light, beer. We got a couple of types here. I'm surprised Bud Light would sell more than than the Coors. I guess hasn't really hit the airways on their reputation. And then let's wrap this up with Pringles chips. A really nice little treat at the end of the day. And these ones for $2.57 or $3.57 for the ordinary or the Texas, and then the cheddars, same price as the ordinary. So I hope you enjoyed that. We'll head out now back to the parking lot with Bo in tow. Just an update on the results of the typhoon. We did lose a family member last night, and I'll be doing a video on that. And the town is still suffering from a lack of water. People are lined up at stations as the dam broke, and there's no water source. So anything you can do to help out in terms of giving to the Red Cross or helping in relief here would be much appreciated by the locals. So, and thanks for dropping by. I hope that you'll consider subscribing if you have in the past. If not, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you soon.